Hello, I've just come in from work and I am exhausted, and I have absolutely no right to be exhausted because I've just had almost a week off. I don't think I realised that at the time when I was like, oh, I've got some time off for Pesach, and then actually no, I don't because I'm working. But actually I had my last day of work on Tuesday and it's now Tuesday and I'm back at work. But I've been off, like yes, I've had busy days, but I've not had to wake up early. We have had 2 late nights, the Seder nights, the first 2 nights of Pesach, so Sunday night and Monday night? No, Saturday night and Sunday night were late finishes. On Sunday night we got home Saturday night we got home at 1, I think, and Sunday night was at 2. And that was meant to be our earlier night. So it has been long nights, but I've slept in. I don't know, I actually think there's 2 factors, more so than, in part also having time off and getting used to a rhythm where you get to sleep in and then having to get up early again, that, but also the 2 other factors I think that are seriously contributing. Most seriously is food. I think I can feel that I've got low sugar. And I'm not diabetic, like I don't worry about my sugar levels, but I can just feel that I'm not putting enough in my body at the moment. So I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea and have a cupcake. I'm gonna show you those in a minute. But I also think the weather today has really thrown me for a loop, because it is like, you think it is cold, it's grey and cloudy and it was raining earlier. And I slept with the window open last night and it was cool, like there was a cool breeze. But actually it's quite warm and muggy. But also like, I was wearing my jumper and I wasn't too warm. I don't know, it was not jumper, coat. Really weird. Let me see what the temperature is. And let me put my bag down. My Pesach water bottle just about fits in there, but I'm so glad I have one. That's one of those things I'd totally forgotten about. And I'm so glad Past Me did buy a water bottle. Oh, also, while I look up the weather, I was meant to be working until 10:30 tonight. I was meant to be doing a double shift, and that got cancelled literally like half an hour before I left my first job. So I'm quite pleased about that, to be honest. It would have been interesting, it would have been good. I do think I would have enjoyed it, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if it had started, you know, an hour earlier and finished an hour earlier. But I'm not complaining, I'm not that upset. It's 14 degrees. But it was 16 earlier, so like that's fairly warm. Oh, it's just weird, and I feel bleh. Also, I've been staring at a screen all day, and not the last few days, but like before that, the Thursday and the Friday were very much screen heavy as well. I think my eyes are just like, give me a break. But I did finish another book today that I didn't think I would finish even this week, so that's a win. I made some cookies, but most of them have been demolished. They weren't great. You're meant to make them with butter, and I didn't have butter at the time, so I used oil, and you can definitely tell. And then these are my cupcakes. I have already had one for breakfast. Oh, they smell good. I'm definitely gonna have one of these. Now, the one I had for breakfast wasn't as nice as, and even the mixture itself I could tell wasn't as nice, and I think maybe the problem is the potato starch that I'm using that's 4 years old, 5 years old, many years old. Because I followed everything else of the recipe perfectly, so I don't know what else could have gone wrong. I've just boiled the kettle and I'm gonna have one of these. I'm gonna warm it up and I'm just gonna... But overall, had a really nice few days. I really enjoyed my time off and I enjoyed the Seder nights. I did miss my own family, I always do. I miss my family anyway, but then even more so when it's Jewish holidays, it just really hits, because every family has their own way of doing things. Judaism is quite a pick and choose religion, and therefore everyone picks and chooses slightly different bits and does things a slightly different way. And whilst I did really enjoy it and I did have 2 really wonderful nights, I did just miss a little bit having my family around and doing it the family way. But it's okay, it's fine. I did have a really lovely time and I'm very grateful to have been invited out. Gosh, wow, my eye, I can feel it like all along here, but I can also just feel that my energy is really low, so hopefully some sugar will help. I'm very tired. That's like the main thing that's jumping out at me, is I'm just very tired. Tomorrow I start my new job and I'm really excited. It does also mean I get a slight sleep-in because it's more local, so that's already nice. But then on top of that, like I'm so excited to dig my feet in, and is that the right expression? Dig my claws in? I don't know. To dig in and, you know, like see what's going to be required of me, see like what's really fun about this job. I've not spoken much about it, is it's a company that's starting from scratch, and yeah, there's going to be issues with that, I'm sure, and there's going to be, you know, things that maybe will be a little bit frustrating or whatever, but equally it means that I get an input, and they've said to me, you know, one of the reasons we've hired you is to hear your voice. You have experience in the field. Please, we want to know what we can be doing to make it a better experience for everyone. And I like I like being in that position. I like when people can acknowledge the fact that I do have experience and I want to use it to help make things the most efficient they can be. So I'm excited to see sort of what they've already done and what they still need to do, and like, oh, I'm just excited. I'm very excited. And then on Friday I'm working for them again, but remotely, and that's really weird to me because I'm not quite sure what that's going to entail. But hopefully I'll be told stuff tomorrow. I don't know, I'm excited. Right, I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea and have I was just gonna say mushroom because I was thinking muffin and cupcake and my brain just froze. A cupcake. Yay! I am so excited by the supper I made. I was not sure. I knew I wanted potatoes and I was thinking of different ways that I was going to do it, and in the end I thought of eggs and egg and chips, and I'm just really happy. I hope they taste good, but I'm really happy with how they look. Ta-da! Oh, looks so good. Can't wait to dig in. Yay! I cannot recommend working near where you live enough. I've had one day of it, but my goodness, game-changing. I mean, to be fair, I also had a sleep-in today, which was nice. I got to wake up at 8, and usually for this job, I think I'll be waking up at 7:30. No, I need to be there at 7:30, so I'll be waking up earlier. But it's so nice to finish the working day, walk, be outside, especially when it's as nice weather as it was today, and then get home in like 10 minutes or so. That commute home, I've just realised, really does knock me out. Like, I lose any energy that I did have by the end of the day. I lose it by the time I get home off the bus. And the commute, and you just feel, Whereas this, and also in London, both the bus and the tube, whichever journey home I take, the temperature, you can't control it. So like, it might be freezing outside, but then boiling inside in whatever transport you've taken. Or you might already be warm and then be even hotter. Like, it's just really hard to control. Whereas the outside world doesn't change. Well, it can, but like, in 10 minutes, you're gonna be fine. So yeah, first day of work was good. It was an interesting day because it was not like what my actual job will be like. It was mainly just helping set things up. But I enjoyed working in the space. I enjoyed the various systems. I really enjoyed the feeling of being an assistant because my role is kind of that vein, I suppose, but it's not actually. And today was very much just being an assistant, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I've had a great day. Now, I was meant to go out to eat tonight with family. Not go out, but like go to them. But they've not confirmed it, and they've not confirmed a time. So I'm just gonna sort of wait and see. And if I don't hear from them by about 6:30, 7-ish, I will just resume my meeting at home. Because I did send them a message last night, and so I don't want to be pushy. But I don't mind at all if I'm not going out tonight. So I think I'm gonna chill a little bit, eat some Bisley, which I'm finally gonna try because I'm curious, very curious. And then I'm gonna learn some lines for an audition that I'm hoping to do tomorrow night. I think I know most of the lines already because I have looked at them, but I think if I can really get it in my bones today, then tomorrow, hopefully it won't take long to do the tape. It's not a lot of lines, so like, it shouldn't, in theory, take too long. Anyway, I'm gonna do all that, and I don't know when I'll see you next, but I will at some point. Hello, good morning. It is about 9:15 and I woke up around 8:30, just after. I have got up quite a number of times between sort of, I would say 6 and 8:30, but we're here. We're now, like actually awake. I was quite tired this morning. We didn't go to bed that late, so I'm not really sure why. And like, I've had a relatively short week, so I don't know. Working from home today feels like such a luxury. There have been very few days in my life that I've been able to work from home. And I'm very aware that even this is a one-off. Like, in future, I won't be able to do this job from home, which is a shame. But on the flip side of that, I'm meant to be working from 9 to 5 today. And I'm not sure what I've got that's going to keep me occupied and working for 8 hours. But we'll see. Usually I work off the bed, but I thought, no, we're going to be professional, so I'm starting at the desk. We will see how long I stay there. I've not had breakfast yet, but I'm not particularly hungry, so I'll just have a cupcake when I'm ready. I've got my water. I might make a cup of tea at some point, but not right now. It's quite warm, actually. I might take this off. And the only thing I hope for today is that at some point in between working, I have 2 minutes to put on a laundry because it's massive. But I'm going to try and vlog bits if I can and let you know how things are going and what we're doing. I've still got about 10 minutes now, so there's quite a number of dishes, so I might wash those up and then I will log on to my computer and get started. Yay. About an hour and I've not really spoken to anyone, and I wasn't expecting to speak to loads of people, but there was one person who was sort of managing me on Wednesday and who has been sort of managing me in general, and I was expecting something by now. So that's a bit strange, but I have just got on with some work and I have been working for the last hour, which feels good. There's one thing in particular that I want to do and I know I need to do, but I can't do because I've not been given access permission, so I'm waiting for that to happen. I have to use a lot of websites and different pages and apps for this job, which already I don't love. Like, it's just, there's a lot. And even just remembering like all the different ones, it took me a moment to find everything, but I've now saved them all in a separate like bookmark tab. But there's a couple of things. First of all, I had one email address, which was a general email address, and that's what I was using on Wednesday. But yesterday, they gave me my personal email address. So I'm trying to change over my emails and, log in with my own email address. So that's taking a little bit of time. And then what else was there? Trying to figure out which of the different apps and web pages to use for what is also a little bit like, what? Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Both of these email addresses, I do still need to use the general one, and both of them are on Outlook. But on top of that, I've personally also got 2 more on Outlook. One for one of my other jobs and one still from when I was at university. And that alone hurts my soul to look at the Outlook login thing and see 4 different email addresses. I don't like that. But also, you can't be logged in to more than one at a time. So I was trying to check something for my other job because it will affect this job, basically ours. But when I tried to log into that, it kicked me out of everything else. So I wasn't thrilled about that. But also, even just between the 2 different accounts, they're not linked. And so every time I try and switch over to one, it kicks me out of everything else, which is just not the most fun. I do think it's just because I am very, very early days with this company and things are still being set up. I think once, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I'm helping set up a lot of things. And I think once we've got things in place, the actual job itself won't be this complicated with this many bits and bobs, I hope. I don't really know what I'm gonna do next because a lot of the things I need to do now kind of require, information from this other person. So we'll wait and see. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a cupcake because I am starting to get a little bit hungry. So yeah, 1 hour in, that's where we're at. Good fun. And actually, there were a bunch of days I was worried about that would clash with my 2 jobs, and I knew that it would be an easy fix. And 2 out of the 4 I've been able to deal with, so that's great, easy, done. One of them, I'm just gonna say I can't work at this new job, and I did tell them that might happen. And I'm waiting to find out about the 4th. And we'll see. We shall see. But I feel good that I've at least sorted the first 2, because actually, chronologically, those are the most important. And yeah, I'm happy about that. All right, let's have some breakfast. Yay. It's about half an hour later since that last clip, and I'm only just about to eat this. I've just been busy. I hadn't even warmed it up until 20 seconds ago. I was just busy trying to work out the different systems, and I've messaged the person and I'm just sort of telling them about various things that I have done but also that I need to be able to do more work. And I feel at the moment that there's not really anything else I can do until I hear back from them. So that's not ideal, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Let me tell you, it's about 10 minutes later. I've just had the cupcake, and literally a minute ago, the manager came online and has sent me a bunch of stuff. That's good. Great. Excellent timing. Yay. I got all excited about being sent the stuff I needed, and then I discovered that the other page wasn't working for me. So I've just sent another message and I'm waiting to hear back. But I think in the meantime, I might try and put on the laundry if I can, if it's available. I feel guilty. I feel really guilty leaving my computer for even 2 seconds, but I just think I should, because we need to get this laundry on and I'm waiting anyway. Like, there's nothing I can do at the moment. So, you know, does it really matter? I feel guilty though, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it and hope that the laundry machine is available. Fingers crossed. Right, put the laundry on and I've been suggested to do something else. So I'm going to do that and yeah, just work my way through it. I do enjoy this. Like, it's already 11, I've done 2 hours and most of that has been work. But equally I'm like, I don't know, like I want more. I think my main qualm is just the systems. There's, as I say, like 5 different pages that I'm going between and like nothing is working perfectly and nothing is particularly intuitive. And even when you think it is, it then brings you to the wrong page and it's just, that's frustrating. I just want things to be nice, but it's fine. I'm gonna get on with this. This should take a little bit of time and also I think be fun for me. So, yay. I've just realised I need to go and collect the laundry, but I have spent the last, I would say about 2 hours, maybe even more, 2.5, doing little bits of work here and there, but really not much because there's just not really that much for me to do. And also, I've said this before, maybe not in a video, but definitely to other people. I am very efficient, so like I will get something done and I'll get it done quickly and then have spare time. So I do have to say it's lovely being at home because it means that in that spare time I've been dealing with a couple of small other bits, nothing major, just little things that I would usually leave until I get home and then I get home and forget about them or don't want to do them or whatever. So it's definitely more productive for my own time. But I just feel like there's a lot that I'm unable to do at the moment because of access issues. And so I'm gonna make a list for Monday, because I'm going in on Monday, of all the things that I cannot get to, and hopefully then on Monday we can work through it. But I have just got a message from my manager to say I can finish at 4, which is quite nice. So I've only got like 45 minutes left. I am just gonna go down and check on the laundry quickly, and then I will make a list of all the things that I can't get to. I've also just messaged my manager a couple of things, so I'll give them some time to have a quick look at that and then see what they say and what they want me to do with what I've already done. This might not make any sense to you, but that's my brain. I'm having fun though. I am enjoying it. I just wish there was more to do, to be honest. I wish that it was all just a little bit easier and clearer, and I don't know, like there's a lot of things that we've left for Monday that I feel I probably could have got done today if I'd just been given either the access or a little bit more guidance, but we'll figure it out. I'm not complaining. Let's go check on the laundry. I probably need to put it on again because it's the dryer and our dryer doesn't work very well, so often we need to do 2 or 3 cycles, which is not ideal. I also haven't had lunch, but I did have another muffin. And I'm not particularly hungry at the moment, so we'll see. I might have some cucumber though, because I'm kind of like in the mood for something, I don't know if fresh is the right word, but like healthy, something healthy. Oh, also one other thing actually before I go, one thing I also really love about working from home is that I got to a point where I was just feeling a bit stiff, and I get this quite a lot, especially at one of my jobs where I mean both of them I'm sitting a lot, but there's one where particularly, I think it's because it's longer shifts, I feel it more, or maybe it's just the chair. But I get very stiff, and like especially my back, I've got a really bad back, so like I can feel it, but also even it's sometimes in my legs or whatever. But at my other jobs, I don't really feel like I can get up and stretch or do squats or whatever. And especially because I went for a run yesterday, I feel my legs and my hips need like some movement. And even just going down the stairs to the laundry area, that felt good. And earlier I got up and just did a couple of squats, and that's just not something I could do at work, but it really makes a difference to me to be able to, and also like to twist my back and things like that. So I am happy with that. I am now in a terrible position because the camera, I moved it and I'm like bending down, but I'm gonna go down some more stairs, check on the laundry, come back up and carry on. Yay! Work day has ended, and I feel like I've done a decent amount of stuff for them, but I also feel like I've done a decent amount of stuff for myself, which feels good. And I'm just gonna keep working on this stuff for myself. A lot of it is, most of it has been YouTube related. Actually, all of it, I think. So we're gonna keep going with that. Good fun. I've made a whole working day in my pajamas and at home, and I love it. I love it so much. I'm not gonna get this opportunity again, but it is wonderful. Oh, and also actually, we're trying to do a family holiday in summer, and by that I mean family from Australia will be coming, and it's taken a lot of planning and a lot of figuring out and a lot of like assessing everything and making it all work. But we finally got to the stage where we have the dates, we know what we're doing. I think we've even got accommodation. We just don't have all the flights, we have some. And today I got a confirmation that I can book my flights. My sister will be here as well, and Wayne's gonna come. So for the three of us to go to the destination. So I am waiting for Wayne to get home so that I can speak to him about it and make sure he's happy enough. But then I'm going to book the flights, hopefully before Shabbat. Otherwise, I'll do it on Sunday. Oh no, I keep forgetting I can't do it Sunday. It'll have to be Sunday night. But either way, that's really exciting, and I want to share that because... Hello, Shavua Tov, which is what we say at the end of... Usually at the end of Shabbat, but in this case, also at the end of Chag. We made it. It's the end. I am about to start putting back everything that I can, and I've used up the entire workspace, like, area. But whilst I've got it all in front of me, I thought I would tell you what I have and haven't used in terms of the shopping I did last week. So I ate 4 of the Bisley packets and we've got 2 left. I was very tempted to eat another and then I decided against it. But I'm so glad I bought these. These came in very handy. I used up like a little bit of the brown sugar, but this was in my cupboard anyway, and it's just plain brown sugar that will be used throughout the rest of the year, so that's fine. I have a little bit of quinoa left, but again, easily used from now on. A very small amount of chocolate chips, and actually I think I was meant to put more chocolate chips in the recipe, but A, it seemed like a lot, and B, I wanted to keep some just in case I would make more, well, anything with chocolate chips. But again, those can easily be used. They're just a little bit more expensive than the regular ones, but I'm glad I bought them. I have a whole bar of the baking chocolate left, but in truth, I was being very sparing when I made the chocolate lava cakes, and I really wish I'd used more. But again, it was just in case, it's not going to be enough, I want to have more. But again, this is going to be very easy to use throughout the year. I've got about half a bag of sugar left. Again, going to be used. Not loads of the fine cake matzah meal, which is good. And about half a bag of the regular matzah meal. I'm hoping I'll find uses for this throughout the next few months. I'm sure I can make something. But even though, I only used half a bag, they didn't have smaller sizes. So I'm very glad I bought them, and I'm very glad I only bought 1 bag of each and also only 1 of this and 1 of this rather than more. The potato starch I didn't buy. But I would say I used about a quarter maybe. Either I will use this over the next month or 2, or I will throw it out because it wasn't, I don't think it was perfect, but it wasn't terrible. We didn't die, so, And then you can't see, but the cocoa powder I used a little bit of. Again, it seems a shame that I had to buy such a big box, but I will use it throughout. It's just a shame because I also have an unopened box in the cupboard. But I guess I'll just need to get into baking more in the next few months. That's fine. And then finally, we used a couple of matzot from the open packet. I have the double unopened box still totally unopened. And then I've got the new box that I bought also totally unopened. So I really didn't need to buy it, but I've now put it in storage I'm going to put it in storage for the next year or 2 or however long it is until I next have Pesach myself. But again, we've learned matzah doesn't really go off. They were a little bit stale, but we managed. So overall, I feel like I did quite well on my shopping, and I will just try and use up the rest of most of this over the course of the next month or 2 or 3 or 7. And now it is time to put all the things away and figure out where and how and what, and yeah, just all that fun stuff. The truth is, it shouldn't be, the box should be a lot emptier this time around because I haven't saved any food. The only thing I'll have is 1 box of matzah, and then I did acquire a chopping board. I think those are the only 2 things that are going to be extra. Everything else is just the regular plates and bowls and stuff that I already had. So hopefully we'll be okay. But I'm going to do that now. And it's 9:20. We haven't eaten yet, so we'll figure out what we do for the rest of the evening. But I just wanted to share that with you. Yay. Okay, it's been about half an hour and we've put all the Pesach stuff away and all the things back where we think they belonged. There are certain areas where we think it doesn't look quite right, but for now it seems to do the job. And we were definitely only able to do that in half an hour because Wayne helped, so I'm very grateful to him. And it's all done, and it's all, I thought it was going to take longer, and I'm just glad I've done it now, because I did think, I could theoretically leave it until tomorrow, but it's just easier to have it done and everything's back in its right place, hopefully. I've made a shopping list for tomorrow. It's a shame, first of all, that it's a Sunday, but second of all, that it's Easter Sunday today, because it means that I can't pop to the shops and get something or anything. So we'll figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow for breakfast. Well, I suppose I've still got a few of those cupcakes. Oh yeah, that too. We finished all the cookies I made. I made some Pesach pancakes, which were okay, but we did finish them all. And there are 4 cupcakes left, which feels quite good in terms of amounts. I'm quite pleased with all that. And even in terms of fridge stuff, we've acquired quite a bit because my aunt gave me a couple of things yesterday, I think. But actually in terms of stuff that we bought, we did use most of it, and whatever we haven't used, we can use now in this coming week. So overall, feeling pretty good. Not looking forward to doing a big shop tomorrow, but equally I'll be very happy once I get everything. And now I'm going to chill. Just chill. Yay.